Hello, tutor and classmates. My name is Nicole Rojas, and I will talk about a critical incident that happened in my pedagogical practices. So, the first question is to why was this incident significant to you? This incident was significant to me because I've been doing practices for a whole year, teaching practices, and this was the first time I had to face and deal with a student behavioral problem. Additionally, it was a situation that affected me directly, and although I didn't take it deeply personal, it made me reflect on many things as a person and teacher in training. What happened directly before the event? Before the event, we were having the class as per usual. I was working with sixth graders. We were doing a reading comprehension activity with a text about Diana Trujillo from the course book Way to Go for sixth graders, the book that is provided by the government to institutions for English classes. I had been trying to draw the attention of two students twice as they were laughing and sabotaging the class for about 15 minutes. One of them was was standing next to a window, trying to get his head out of it and not paying attention to what I was saying, to what I was explaining to the class. I asked him once again to please sit down and to show me if he was carrying out the activity. His response and the critical incident itself was to grab his notebook and put it in front of my face aggressively and defiantly and pushing it back and forward, attempting almost to hit me. While doing this, he was repeatedly saying, "Look, I'm doing it, gossip old lady." I knew he wasn't doing anything, he hasn't even started to write. So I asked him to please leave the classroom, telling him, if you don't want to do the activity or you're not doing anything at all, there is no need to be rude. You can go back to the other classroom with the titular teacher. As in the institution that I am, the teacher and I agreed that he was going to take 15 students and I was going to stay with the other half. We divided the classrooms by half so he could work as well. Of course, the principal was um, agree, sorry, with this. And once I mentioned this, he started yelling at me, calling me names, making disrespectful comments about my physical appearance, and using all kinds of bad words to refer to me while leaving the classroom. What happened directly after the event? After the event, I just closed the door and tried to gather myself and continue with the class. Clearly, the atmosphere was a little heavy. Students were making rumors. Even one of them asked me if I was okay, told me not to worry about it, but I managed to calm them down and develop the class as if nothing has happened. When it finished, I went to the principal, to the titular teacher, described the situation to him, and we made the correspondent annotation to this student. And also, we decided that he was going to stay in his classroom. The teacher asked him to apologize to me, which he did. How did you react at the time of the event? I plucked up the patience and self control to just kindly keep asking him to leave the classroom while he was being impolite to me. I didn't want to cause bigger problems or maybe get the student more angry. So I was just trying to be nice and get him out of the classroom. What is your interpretation of this event? The situation could have happened due to many reasons. Perhaps the student had entered the classroom already angry for personal causes, and the command of asking him to show me what he was doing or to leave the class if he wasn't doing anything could have triggered his negative emotions. Maybe he doesn't like to be told on what to do or doesn't like to follow instructions. However, this particular student has had similar problems in the past with other teachers. Therefore, for me, his disruptive behavior in general would be the main cause for this situation that happened. What underlying assumptions about your teaching does this critical incident raise for you? Well, I consider that I have a lot to learn about dealing with students' behavior, emotions, and classroom management. I'd like to learn good strategies to know more about what to do in this type of situations. However, I think I managed this critical incident well enough without any lack of respect towards the student because I know some people would have reacted differently, maybe as aggressive as him. We as teachers have to remind ourselves that we are the professionals and the adults in the classroom. Now that you have reflected on this critical incident, would you react any differently if it happened again? Why or why not? Well, the only thing I would have done differently would be to refer the student and the situation directly and right after it happened to this to the institution principal because this was a serious misconduct according to the school's manual. Other than that, I consider I would react the same, not being disrespectful. Thank you for your attention.